Hi there and welcome to the Barbara Young channel and welcome to my Friday Sews. First of all, I'd just like to start by thanking Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for creating the hashtag Friday Sews. So I think without further ado, I shall just get straight into what I've been up to this week and if I've actually made anything. Now last week I did show a little bit of a pattern that I'm currently doing, which is the Simplicity 9742. That one, and I'm doing the one that the model is wearing because I want the shoulder pieces on there. And when I showed you it last week, I thought that was rather a little bit of an odd design. It's something a bit different. Had lots of lovely colour. I'll put my teeth back in. Wait a moment. I had lots of lovely comments and some people mentioned what that sort of sleeve is, but it is very different to anything I've seen before. But I've carried on with the pattern. I've done a bit more this week. I managed to get on a bit and do some adjustments. And I've also done the skirt section, which I've got here. So I think what I'll do is I'll put it on so we can have a look at how far I've actually got. And here we are so far. This is just the mock-up. Now it doesn't meet in the middle because there's meant to be a button placket, which I haven't done or put on as yet. I might do, might not with this. I'm mainly looking to see if the rest of the dress works the way it does. And I'm glad I did some of the changes that I did, of which, to start with, are adjusting the this princess seam here, because obviously for me that princess seam left too much material, too much looseness in my body on this top body section. So I've taken that down. I think that worked really quite well, and that really now suits me a lot better in the way that that cut is. I could have it maybe a little bit snugger, but I don't want this to be too snug. I don't want it to be overly fitted. I want it to be comfortable when I'm wearing it. So yeah. But yeah, quite like that, the way that now sits on there. Of course, it would look better if I was able to button it up, but I can't because, like I say, I didn't put the button placket on. Perhaps I should do, I don't know. I might do yet and then really get an idea for it. Not got the dreaded collar on yet, and I might not bother with the mock-up. I got a good idea of how that's going to sit, and it's quite nice where that neckline is for that collar. So yeah. The other thing I decided to change was actually the body length. And what I did is I increased it by 2 inches. And I'm beginning to think maybe I shouldn't have increased it too much. I didn't want this line here to be sitting right up here on my waistline. I didn't want it to be too high up. And that's how I felt. But I think I probably could have got away with just a 1 inch increase. So I might actually reduce it again. The reason for that is on the back here, it feels like this is, you know, it just, I don't know, it doesn't quite feel right. It feels a little bit baggy against this bit here. But the rest of it sits really nicely. It just needs to be up from here where it is, just up by about 1 inch, I think. And then I think actually where the skirt starts is going to sit much better. I didn't want the skirt sitting and starting from right up here. I wanted it down a little bit, but perhaps I've taken it just a little bit too far. So yeah, just a small adjustment with the bodice section again to make it a little bit shorter, just to bring that back up a little bit more. So I think that will work. So yeah. And that's pretty much the only sort of things that I've done to it. Lengthen the body, adjust this princess seam. I'm doing size 16, so this mock-up has actually come out quite well. And these sleeves are odd, but I do like them. They do sit quite well. Mind you, I'd have to choose a slightly drapey fabric, I think. I think one of you lovely viewers actually put in the comments that if I was to use something too structured, it's going to sit up like that, and I don't want it to. I want it to sit down, just sort of fall down over the shoulder so it forms that sleeve. So something that's not overly structured. If it's too heavy or structured material, it's not going to work. So I've yet to decide on what material I want to use. Maybe something that's a lawn of some sort, whether that be a viscose lawn, maybe a cotton lawn. I don't know as yet. Now the skirt section is really nice. It's quite a simple skirt section. It's in 4 pieces, which is odd, I thought, because of the back being in 2 panels. I couldn't understand that really until I put it together. On the front, you've got 2 pleats. 1 and 2 pleats, and they sit quite nicely. Now on this it says, I'll just come close, on these pleats it actually says that you stitch in the pleats, and then once you've added it onto the skirt, you just tack these bits in here, that section there, and then once you've tacked that in and stitched it onto the main bodice section, that you will then remove the tacking stitches in there so it can open up. I actually quite like the way this sits, being slightly closed to that point. I think it sits much nicer, so I might actually leave it that way, and when I do it for proper, for real, I should do it, but only come down that amount, a certain amount, and then leave that stitched in, so I get that closed part at the top of the pleat. So 2 pleats on the front on both sides to even it out, and on the back, when I put it together, that's when I realised why they've done it with 2 pieces on the back instead of just 1 on the fold. What you've got on the back is 3 pleats, 1 on either side, and then the centre one. So have 3. So that sits quite nice. I quite like that detail. I don't know if you can see that very well because this is sort of white material. If I get close like that, perhaps you can see it. We've got the first plate, the centre plate, and then 1 over on the other side. So yeah, I think that's a nice design detail for this particular skirt for this dress. So yeah, liking that. Like I say, I've got to hold it together a bit because I've not done the button placket. It comes down to, at the moment it's just below my knee, but once it's been hemmed, it'll sit up on the knee, or just literally just above the knee. So yeah, all in all, I'm liking that. And like I say, if I do that slight change again with the bodice where I bring it back up a little bit, not much, maybe not even a full inch, because a full inch is 25 millimeters. So I might just bring it up, say 20 mil, which is 2 centimeters, and bring it back up a little bit, just to bring that line where the skirt joins back up a little bit. Almost thought as well that actually this would be okay and possible to do for creating a lining as well. You know, I've got a slip on here, but if I was to create a lining, yes, I know it's a dress that buttons up at the front because it'll button up all the way down, that I could still put a lining in there and that would still work, and then I wouldn't have to wear a slip with this. So I might try and work out how I can do that for this as well. So yeah, all in all, I think it's coming along quite well, and I'm quite enjoy doing this, and I'm taking my time about it as well. I'm not rushing it. I want to take as much time as I need and just get it right before I even start making it for proper or with some whatever material I'm going to. But yeah, it's got a certain amount of swish to it, I think, as well. Once it's made, I'll know better. But yeah, I'm liking that a lot. So there you go. That's all I've been doing this week. Slowly working on this. Like I say, I've taken my time about it, and I'm not wanting to rush it. I'm actually enjoying the process of doing it slowly, of it taking several weeks, as it were, to get done. And this is just the mock-up. It's not even the actual finished garment. So yeah, so I'd have to, when I make it, I'll have to work out, or on this I'll have to decide how I want to finish my seams off and what I want to do with them. One seam that's a bit odd is this seam up here, where the yoke bit that forms that shoulder and sleeve joins on to the rest of the bodice. you have a facing piece that goes all the way round, and then gets folded down, and then you stitch it in. So that's a bit odd, because on the front, I don't know if you'll be able to see it if there we go, I'll do it on the back. The back piece is quite light, but you have to stitch across that section there, don't you, to do that. So you're going to have a stitch line across that section. You can see that there. And I find that a bit odd. So obviously you've got to make sure I get my my thread to match up really well, and probably have to use a material that's got a bit of a pattern to it, or you know, if it's plain, that it does match up really well. Otherwise that line is going to show quite well, I would have thought. So it's a bit of an odd one, but yeah, I don't mind it. It's quite nice. Yeah. So yeah, there we go. That's it. That's the Simplicity 9742. Slowly coming together. Hopefully next week, if I've decided on a material, I might be part way through making the actual main thing, but I don't know as yet. I've yet to decide on a few things. I say adjust that bodice very slightly again. Maybe put the button placket on and see how that works. So yeah, still some work to do, but that's how I'm liking it. So yeah, other than that, that's it really. Covered in bits now. Nothing else really to tell you about. Life-wise, nothing much happening. I say I live a quiet life, so nothing going on. Don't really have much to say about, other than the weather's been quite settled actually, not too bad. Yeah, it's been a little bit chilly, but nothing mad. We don't have any storms, we don't have any really bad weather. It's actually been a bit on the sunny side this week as well, with the sunshine coming out and joining us with the blue skies. So I've been quite nice really. Not too bad this week weather-wise. Other than that, I've got nothing to really tell you anything about. So there we go. That was my week. As you can see, I'm joined by Dominic, who's come to join me. There we go. I love that. And the name's brilliant. So yeah, marvellous. So there we go. That's all I can waffle on about. One part make of a mock-up. And there we go. That was my week. So if you like this video, please do give me a like. Just click that button down there. Subscribe. That way you'll always get a notification of when my videos come out. If you click the little bell icon. Please do comment. I do love reading your comments. It's always lovely to hear what you're thinking and also what you've been up to. And if you want to comment and chat amongst yourselves within the comments, please do, because that's why we're coming here, to make that connection with each other. So I think it's just left me to say thank you very much for watching my video, and I look forward to seeing my next video. Bye.